Guys, improving your credit is as easy as getting this ball in here into this hole. Let's get it. Easy as that.
What's up guys, it's Austin Harley, where reality meets the pavement, where we talk about everything from real estate to credit to success. Let's get it. How to get your credit to 700 plus after Chapter 7 bankruptcy in less than 1 year. I'm going to remake the old video of mine that got a ton of views, so I thank you so much for the support. But now I have a better camera, better setup, and a better way to explain to you guys more efficiently how to actually get there. And guys, it's real. It's worked for hundreds of my clients. I've even gotten them approved for mortgages after in just 2 years. Chapter 7 bankruptcy is a fresh start. Don't let it ruin your credit history. Let's get it. Get your credit to 700 plus in any situation, even if you have collections, if you have awful credit. So as a side note, this is not going to work unless your bankruptcy has already been discharged. You need to have the discharge letter in your hand before you start this process. But no later than 1 day after you get that discharge letter do you need to start this process. It is essential that you start as soon as possible. If you just wait 1 day, or if you don't follow these instructions to the T, then you're going to slow down the process and prevent you from reaching close to that 700 mark. So after you get your discharge and you're ready to start the process and you're all good to go, first thing you need to know is what your actual score is. First thing people usually want to do is just pull out Credit Karma or one of those other sites like CreditWise that tells them their credit score. The only problem with that is if you watch my other video, you know that that's actually a FAKO score, not a FICO score. The difference is, I'll leave it in the description, but anyway, you want to get a FICO score. The way to do that is to pay for one. But I always advise to get a FICO score. It's literally like $20 a month and it's going to be worth the while. I think you can buy the whole year for like $100 or something like that as well. It's completely worth it. It tells you exactly what's on your credit report as well as exactly what your score is. You can track it each month. I'm gonna leave the link in the description down below. Alright guys, step number 1, hitting the whiteboard the day after you get your discharge from bankruptcy. Got the whiteboard over here. Let it focus. Alright, so you can see at the top, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, the 3 main credit bureaus. What do? You opened up a secured credit card. Alright, so what is a secured credit card? A secured credit card is the same concept as a regular credit card. The only difference is you're going to give them money for them to give you money back. Say, for example, you gave Capital One $300 and applied for a secured credit card. What this means is they're going to give you a credit card back for $300. And I know that seems ironic, it doesn't make any sense, but the whole point of doing this is to get trust in a financial institution that allows you to report out to the credit bureaus. There's going to be very few financial institutions that are going to actually trust you even with a secured card, and they're probably going to come with insane interest rates and insane annual fees. Well, there's only one way around it. This is the financial institution that I recommend. It's the one that I recommend to all my clients, and it's the one that seems to be fit the best. It's called Credit One. So you're going to go get a Credit One credit card. You're going to apply. Whatever it may be, just take the offer. You don't want too many inquiries on your credit report at this time. So take the secured card. The whole point is you're probably going to have an extremely small limit of around, say, $300. On that $300 limit right there, you're only going to want to utilize less than 10%. That totals $29. Do not go to $30. This is what I was talking about earlier in the video, where you need to follow the steps extremely carefully.
If you just wait 1 day, or if you don't follow these instructions to the T, then you're going to slow down the process and prevent you from reaching close to that 700 mark.
Do not go over $30. You need to utilize only $29. It doesn't have to be exactly $29. It could be $28, it could be $25, $10, it could be $2. It doesn't matter, but as long as you don't go over $29, that is the main point that I'm trying to get at. Use that every single month for 11 months and 29 days. You're not going to literally use it for 11 months and 29 days. The point of doing that is because whatever credit card you get with Credit One, they're going to charge you an annual fee with. You don't want to pay it 2 years in a row. The whole point of a secured credit card is to enter the realm of an unsecured credit card. So if you can get to an unsecured credit card, feel free to cancel this credit card, because Credit One, honestly, in my opinion, is not too good of a bank. But the whole point of doing this is just to boost up your credit quick, so that you can move on to bigger and better banks such as Capital One and other things like that. Guys, if you haven't already done this, please subscribe. I work really hard in these videos in order to produce helpful information for everyone. This is real information where reality hits the pavement. All the editing, it takes time. It takes time to get this information together for you guys. Doing it in order to help the thousands of people out there that are lost. One more thing I forgot to mention about the secured credit card is you want to pay in full 1 week before your minimum payment due date is. I made another video on this, I'll leave it in the description up here, but you definitely want to make sure you follow this process. And guys, just so you know, when you open a Credit One credit card, this is what the website looks like. Regardless, I'm going to leave the link in the description, but just so you can get a visual and you're not applying to the wrong site. Step number 2, apply for a secured loan. The most controversial thing I've ever heard in my life. Doesn't make any sense, but I'll explain it to you now. So you're going to want to go to a local credit union. Doesn't matter which one you do. Honestly, I would stay away from banks. Banks are most likely going to charge you with an inquiry. What that means is it's going to lower your points 3 to 5, and since you're giving them $1,000 for them to give you $1,000 back in this secured loan concept, doesn't make any sense for them to charge an inquiry on your credit, and most credit unions don't even check one. I know Northwest Federal Credit Union doesn't charge inquiries, Navy Federal doesn't charge inquiries. If you're members of those banks, ask for a secured loan for credit building purposes. $1,000 you're gonna give the bank. Same concept as the secured credit card. You're gonna do it for 1 year. They're gonna charge you probably a total of 3 to 4% of interest throughout that entire year. Literally totals over like $20. It doesn't matter. The concept is, you give them $1,000, they give you $1,000 back. You open up a savings account, you put the money that they give you back, the $1,000, and you put it into an account. You add $50 to that account, or however much interest they're going to charge you over the total of that year, and you set up an automatic payment every single month to pay the amount due. And what that's going to do is add 2 things to your credit report that are reporting out in positive standings. Now you have a secured credit card, and on the exact same day you want to open up a secured loan. So make sure that you do the research and have everything in line, because if you wait a day after, you're only hurting your own credit. Best thing about the secured loan, and I even made another video on this, is once you finish paying this loan off, you have a loan completed, paid in full on your credit report. Not many people have that, so you're already 1 step ahead of the game with a discharge on your credit report. Step number 3, if you have made it this far, your credit should have already increased 50 to 100 points. Crazy enough, I know. Sounds insane, don't believe me, do it and you'll see the positive effect on your credit report. Number 3, apply for an unsecured credit card. So you've gotten over the hump of people trusting you, now you're into the unsecured credit card realm. You want to do this? Exactly 5 months after you applied for that secured loan and that secured credit card. Not a day later. Thing I'll tell you guys that you should definitely follow, do not apply for anything else throughout this process. If you apply for even a car loan or another unsecured credit card or secure credit card, it is only going to slow down this process, and I can't take any guarantee on you that your credit's going to get to 700. You'll probably end up around 630 to 650, which is not where you want to be if you follow this step by step. One thing I wanted to inform you guys about is that you should limit your inquiries to every 6 months. Now in this case, we're going to do it on 5 months, and that's because we're trying to speed up the process. This is more of an exception. However, once you get your credit stable and you're at roughly around 700, you want to limit your inquiries to every 6 months, unless it's a dire emergency. You don't want to run more inquiries within that 6-month gap. It's going to severely lower your credit. So time to apply for an unsecured credit card. 2 of the biggest tips whenever doing this: apply for one without an annual fee and get the pre-qualification from Capital One. Now the reason you want to do this is because Capital One is awesome. They have a pre-qualification site. They'll tell you a list of cards that you probably will get accepted for. Now it's no guarantee, but at least you know where you stand. The reason you don't want to do an annual fee credit card is because this credit card that you open right here, you are never going to close until the day you die. You want to have the longevity on your credit report, and since everything else was wiped away from that discharge, your credit is fresh. You have no length, which is one of the determining factors in determining your credit score. So keep this credit card open forever, and if it's you, I don't know, you can apply for one with an annual fee, but I don't want to pay an annual fee for the rest of my life. So I'd rather do one without an annual fee. So what's the difference between the usage on this credit card versus the other credit card, Credit One? You're going to want to use up to 30% on this credit card, and you're going to want to pay in full the exact same way. Now here's the catch. You gotta do this, the secured loan, and the secured credit card all at the same time. Now what does that give you? That gives you 3 active things reporting out to the credit bureau. That's the minimum. If you guys have watched any of my other videos, that is exactly what you need in order to maintain a stable credit. Guys, we're getting near the end. Very exciting. You need to replace the secured credit card at Credit One. And this is the card that's going to do it. You're going to want to apply 11 months have passed. You're going to want to apply for an unsecured credit card, preferably with Discover Bank. Now the reason you want to do Discover Bank, honestly, they have amazing rewards, so it's a good card that you can keep open for a while. Awesome card, you get rewards, the rewards transition, and they also have a pre-qualification just like Capital One, so you know what to expect when applying. Use it the same exact way, 30% pay in full every single month, and on the 12th month, the final step that what you want to do, you want to close out that Credit One card. Nobody wants the Credit One card, it has an annual fee. And the reason I said keep it for 11 months to 29 days before is because you do not want to get charged with that second annual fee. So after this, you should be 1 year after your bankruptcy, and if you follow all the steps that I just showed you on this whiteboard, you should be somewhere between the range of 650 to 700 as a credit score. Now remember, I told you to use this plan to the T. So if you missed one day, it could seriously affect your credit as much as 50 points. Remember guys, in my other videos I stated that credit is very volatile when you have a lower score, so your credit is going to shoot up extremely fast. So once you reach after a 650 score, your credit really starts to slow down its improvement. Now it's still going to be going in the right direction if you follow some of the other tips on my YouTube channel, however it's not going to have as fast of an effect as if you just file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Any bankruptcy after it being discharged is a fantastic way to start rebuilding credit. It's extremely easy because all credit companies are most likely to approve you, even though you'll have an insanely high interest rate, because they know that you can't file bankruptcy and cause them loss for another 10 years. So congrats on your discharge, congrats on getting 700 plus. Follow this plan to the T. I'll leave links in the descriptions to other videos that I had, and good luck guys. I know you guys can do it. Subscribe, like, comment what you think on this process and how it can help you, or how it has helped you, because I am 100% positive that this process has worked. And not only that, the beauty of this process and knowing this information is it doesn't just work on bankruptcy. It works on anything, no matter where your credit is standing. This information is extremely valuable to everyone. Credit is everything in America, unfortunately. This is the algorithm to beat it. Don't let it stop you, and go out there and take over the world. Alright guys, that is such a beautiful background. Look at that.